Hello, folks. Welcome to the Market Master Show for Monday, March 16th. I am David Mound. I am subbing in for Mr. Blake Dirks. He will be here with us a little bit later in the session. But for now, you have gotten me, and I believe we have Jack Carter and Jeffrey Turnmeyer joining us in just a minute or two. How's everybody doing in the chat? Let me know if you can hear and see me all right, and where you're joining from, how you're doing today. We've got a little bit of a bump up in the market today, a little gap up. Do we think it's a correction? Do we think it's a little bump on top of the head that swelling is going to go back down, or we're going to continue moving up? What do we think? Hi, Gene. Hey, Mark. Welcome. Good morning, Swish. I'll leave that question to the guys when they get here in a minute. We got Jack joining us now. I think we're going to have Jeffrey with us as well. Good morning, Mr. Carter.
Good morning, Mr. Mount. How are you?
I am doing well. Nice to see you today. I'm subbing in for Blake because he had an appointment this morning, knew he'd be running a little bit late, so I wanted to make sure we got up and running on time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. I know we got a little bump in the market this morning. You think it's a little bump on the head and the swelling is going to go back down, or you think we have a correction?
I don't know. Neither one really. I'm just loving this market. I mean, I had a lot of stuff assigned. I got 200 shares of Vert put to me over the weekend at 260, 250, and that's up. Uh,
Yeah. It's nice getting assigned something that goes up, right?
yeah, I love it. You get 250 when you look at it you get that over the weekend, and then on Monday it's up $8.
Right. Hey, Mr. Turnmeyer, how are you today?
I'm here.
I'm here. Well, I decided today we would make this the inaugural meeting of the Bald Club. So I kicked Blake out and sub. No, Blake's just running. Had an appointment this morning, so I'm just getting things started for him and getting you guys kicked off, and then he'll be back shortly.
Thank you.
All right, let you guys take it away.
Yeah, I'll try.
You forgot your morning coffee today, Jeffrey.
I never drink coffee. Shows how much you know me.
I know it's your Red Bull. It's your Red Bull. I know.
Monster, my man. Monster.
Oh,
Come
Monster.
on.
That's right. Wrong brand. Wrong brand. Monster. I knew that. I knew that.
Get it right. I gotta have my daily dose of taurine. Anyway. Hey Jack, how's it going? And hey
Good. How you
everybody.
doing?
Hey everybody. Welcome to the show. So all trading involves a substantial risk of loss, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. If you take trades, you might lose money. In fact, 90% of traders that trade naively tend to lose money. So be careful out there. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. If you trade, you might lose money, remember. And if you want somebody to tell you what to do, well, there's people you can hire for that. But Jack and I, strong proponents that you just learn the stuff yourself. Probably going to do way better for yourself if you do that. And
So
way better for yourself.
the
Let's
gift,
see.
the gift that keeps on giving.
What'd you get put and make money on or called and get money?
I got 5 assignments over the weekend.
All right. 5.
Yeah. The one I love the most is if you everybody's been following us here is I've been trying like a dog hard to get into Vertiv. So I finally got 200 of them put to me at 260, 250 and saw it open at 268. The gift that keeps on giving.
And I'm going to throw today's document in the chat and pin it to the top for the triple income report. It is different today. It's been a long time. It's been a long time talking to the bot over the weekend, and we hashed out The good, the bad, and the ugly, and it made a whole different report today. So, if you want to start there, or you want to start with your stuff, what do you want?
Let's whatever you want to do.
Let's pull it over and look. Let's take a look. Since I just dropped it in the chat there, pinned it to the top of the channel. So if you are just tuning in, you wonder where the link is, check the pins at the top of the channel, and let's kind of take a look. What do you say, Jack?
Yeah, let's take a look.
I need to pull this chat over where I can see it. All right. So let me make it bigger. If you want to edit this or make your own copy, just come over here, file, make your own copy. Don't every day, like 3 or 4 people send me a request to edit the document. I'm not going to give you permission to edit the document. So this is today's March 16th. This was prepared at 6:45 a.m. before the market opened Eastern time. It scanned 60 symbols, found 18 candidates, and picked 12 to throw up here for us. We have a target sweet spot. So one of the things it was doing was it was trying to find, it was using like a 10% out of the money requirement, and it was just not finding candidates. And I was like, why are you doing that? Like I said, to report the amount of out of the money, not use that as a criteria. It was like, oh my gosh, I've totally messed that up. And then I was like, I want 2 or 3 in the beginner friendly zone under 5,000. So it picked Bank of America today. We get current price. These prices should be accurate. I told it to double check them, triple check them. Don't let it slip through. So if you see a typo, just let me know in the chat. I'll get on it after today. It said we can grab a 44 strike. That's 5.8% out of the money from March 27th. We've got 10 days to expire. Should be, I think we need to work on the math for days to expire, but that's, roughly 10 days. 5 this week, 5 next week. I don't know how it's calculating the days to expire, but that the weekends do count. It was arguing with me whether weekends counted in days to expire if it's market days, and I'll have to go back and retell it that weekends do in fact count in your days to expire. We've got premium roughly $48 on a capital requirement of 4,400, which is a 39.8% annualized rate of return with that 5.8% downside buffer. Not bad. It says there's an uptrend, financial sector momentum. We do see financial money rotating into financials ahead of earnings, which are coming up in about a month for financials. So we'll probably see some money flowing in. This could be a fair one to do. SoFi, another fintech type, this is just traditional finance, Bank of America. SoFi, fintech, saying the current price is roughly $17.76. Very patriotic number. 1450 put, 18.4% out of the money. Could be done.
Pretty deep out.
Yeah. We've got another March 27th here. Premium about $16 on a 1450. So that works out to roughly 40% ROI. Pretty fair. Saying that the fintech recovery, strong volume. That's another fair play. Then pick number 3 in the value bin is Ford Motor Company. And here's the prices it picked, $11, 11 strike put, 67 cents out of the money. As of, remember, this was before the market opened. So if you're like picking on it right now, these were pre-market prices. And we're looking at about 13-cent premium, $13 total on 1,100. It's about a 43% ROI, 5.7% buffer.
Ooh, this is a good one right here.
See, I told you, man, it made some better picks. Totally different this today. So Hood is in here. And this is in the intermediate zone, 5,000 to 10,000 requirement. 73.39. That's going to be pretty close to what it was trading this morning. 60 put is what you could grab. 18% out of the money.
It's deep out of the money, folks. Just so you know, your likelihood of this getting put to you at 60 would be slim. So if you wanted to get the stock, you might consider a higher strike. That's way out of the money. That's a nice one.
And we're looking at a March 27th. You could get $63.
Wow.
63 bones on that. down
Wow.
there at 60. $13 out of the money. Capital requirements about $6,000, 38.3% annualized rate of return. Right in the, it did really good on. I mean, I was pretty impressed when I was looking at this report this morning, and that's got that downside buffer in there. Anybody enjoying this right here? Another kind of fintech company related. We're seeing a bunch of fintech in here today. Robinhood's more of a broker. It's saying that we could be a crypto rally beneficiary, although I hear that a lot in the news and social media, but I just don't think Robinhood's the big place that people trade crypto.
I agree.
I just don't.
I agree totally. It's stock mostly. But
I
these
think
picks are amazing. Hood. I'm going to do Hood, more Hood. I already got some Hood. I'm going to lean on that. I did Intel 2 weeks ago. Now that it's bringing it up, I might do it again. It's a great under $5,000 play.
it's sitting here at 45. We've got 39 put. That's about 14% out of the money that you could jump on.
Yeah.
Capital requirement. I mean, this is great. Like I think this is what we expected from day one, but it's taken it a couple weeks to get here. This is starting to look really solid here, Jack. I don't know
Best far. I agree. It's the best by far so far.
Citigroup, another pick here. Back to traditional banking, a little bit higher price. We've got $9,500, 95 out of the money, 10% downside,
Love it.
and a little bit low on your annualized rate of return right here. They did put a caution right there.
You got a double digit out of the money. That's a good thing for people.
Yeah, 10% downside buffer with a 30% ROI. Not a bad shake right there. And then getting a little more advanced. I'm not sure you would go after this one, but this one probably going to rally back up to the roadmap line. And sitting around 140, you could go with a 21% out of the money, 110 strike, which is, I believe that's down below. Let me pull this up. I think that's below the recent price action. Right at the lows there, 110, all the way down here, 110. Whew. Right where we made the low. And so 40% ROI there. Not saying you should do it, but Bitcoin proxy, crypto momentum play. It does have more juice than iBit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix potentially about to break out. You can get, not very much downside protection. It's not very hyped up right now. Premium though, pretty fat for a 90. Moving the thing there. So undo that. $9,100 to get about a 41% ROI with a 4.5% downside buffer. Now, that thing did rip up off the lows, so it could get some downside. Palantir, another one. Basically the same chart pattern as Hood on Palantir. I do like it. And 10% downside here, 135 put. These are a little more expensive. And then big dogs, high capital requirement. JP Morgan, you get a 265, about 6.5% out of the money. So it liked a lot of the banks today.
Yeah.
This is a banking sector leader. I think it knows that there's a rotation that's going to happen into banking. So this one a little lighter on the annualized rate of return, but still in the zone. AMD, I've been looking at getting into this one myself.
I've been waiting for this gap to be filled in, and 175 is perfect. Let's see this on the chart for half a second.
Yeah, let's pop it up here. AMD. Oh, AMD.
Waiting. The gap up happened. Yeah. So
Yeah,
172 is the fill, right? 170.
Yeah, 170-ish. So if you're at 175, I mean, it's not a bad place to be right above that gap fill.
Totally
If it reaches down there, it's probably going to do this.
I like it. Yeah, I agree. I like this one.
And that's a pretty fair one to play right there.
That's
pick number 11. It actually gave us 12 picks today, right here.
I like that AMD pick.
And Coinbase is rallying up to the roadmap line also. Just touch on these two real quick. MSTR likely to come back up to resistance right there. And Coinbase, same kind of thing, looking for this to come back up into that resistance right there. After that, we could see a pullback. So those may or may not be something you want to get involved in, crypto-based stuff. So be careful. But those are on the list today. Got a little bit for everybody, I think. High risk, low risk, a little bit of everything in between. And here's a summary kind of portfolio summary table. Summing up all the different opportunities for today. So we've got, I told it minimum of 10 picks, and we've got 3 picks in the under 5K, 3 picks in the 5 to 10K, 3 picks in the 10 to 20, and 3 picks in the 20 plus. So hopefully that gets something for everybody right there today. That was a complaint we had last week that we didn't have all the bins filled.
How about that? Anybody going to take any of these trades? Anybody see a good idea?
So we've got 9 out of 12 picks meeting the target ROI, an average across the whole thing of 39.3% ROI.
There's
I like it.
Swish got put forward and asked, do we keep selling puts against it? No, you would sell calls against your forward position, Swish. If you had the forward assigned to you or put to you, you'd want to start selling calls.
So now some non-negotiables here. Make sure this is something you want to own. If you don't want to own it, don't sell the put, period.
Mm-hmm.
Always find a strike below the support to get started.
Mike's in, Anna's in, 4 of them. Good. Glad to see you guys are taking action because these are really good setups for the wheel.
10% cash reserve. Don't use 100% of your buying power. I like to use limit orders. Jack likes to use market orders. Depends on your broker, I think. And diversity, if you can do it. If you're in a small account and you can only do 1, that's okay. But you should work up to where you can do 3 to 5 or more as you get the ability to manage more. And how do you get that ability? Practice, 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 practice.
And compound. If you can. You can pay yourself every month, but if you can compound it, you're going to get up a much bigger account faster.
So this was produced by Kraken, which is my OpenAI bot. This is version 2 of the triple income scanner. It pulled data from Y Finance and Alpaca and did that this morning. There we go.
Awesome.
So that's the report for today, everybody.
Very good.
How do you compound is the question, Jack.
How do you compound? You take the money that you made last week and you add it to the money you're going to trade with this week. You keep taking your gains or your wins or your premium income and you add that and do more premium income, more cash secured puts mostly. That's what
Take it, roll it back in, take it, roll it back in, roll it back in, roll it back in, roll it back in. Now, once you get to a point, it is smart to pay yourself. Take some out, put in your other account, and keep the rest of it going. Take some out, put in a different account, take some out.
No other strategy lends itself to being able to pay yourself first as easy as this, because this is all just cash generation. So it's easy to move once a month to your checking account. It's impossibly difficult to do that with saying you're a trader for income and doing that on directional trades every month. That's insanely crazy. This is very simple.
Hey, Jack, look at this. I'm 11 months in right now, as of today.
I was just thinking about that over the weekend, how I think this is going to happen faster for you.
So this is the profit for the last year. It's actually only 11 months that I've been at this account right here. $84,000. What I start with, I made a 10K deposit, then I made 75K, and I've added to and taken away since then. So basically I started here roughly with the amount of money I've made. So I've almost doubled this account in 11 months doing this kind of stuff.
People need to know that the win rate there, part of that where the spread is going to show a loss. So when you
Oh,
go
yeah.
win rate, that's because on a hedged credit spread, you're going to take 100% loss on one side of that, which is normal. Uh, and
And
it's
right here, I took 100% win on the short strike and 100% loss on the
but
long strike.
bind that
And,
together as one trade, that would have been 100% win because you got to keep 100% of your net credit.
and I made 40 bucks on that trade right there. You know, got paid 90, cost me 50 for the insurance, kept 40. Now, the more interesting one right here is this one where I got paid 4,680 bucks on 16 contracts, and I paid 3,880 bucks right there. So roughly the difference between those about 800 bucks between the two of those. 100% gain, 100% loss, and made 800 bucks. So all in all, it was not a bad shake on Friday.
Very nice.
Some people get concerned about it, but this is the profit for the month. 1,600 bucks. I mean, 16,000 bucks, excuse me.
That's a new
16,000.
record, right?
We keep pushing it. It keeps edging higher and coming back a little bit. The goal for me, the reason we call this the 50K account, I'm trying to get to where this number on the 1 month profit is 50K consistently for at least 6 months. So even if I hit it, next month, even if I were to hit this, it's going to take 6 months to complete the challenge after I get to 50K. So we
Because
got
you got to plow the 50K into the capital to get it to 1.6 million.
Yeah, I got to roll it back in, and I got to, I want it consistent. 1 month is not consistent. 2 months for me is not even consistent. I want 6 months to prove I can do it consistently. Right there. So 50K is the goal. I might hit that.
How how is this increasing per month? Are you keeping track of that? Because I remember the other day it looked like it was at 8,500. Now it's
Yeah. I don't actually keep track of. I have a spreadsheet where I kind of keep track of it, like how it's growing.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's just at 8,500. And like it seems like yesterday. You're adding every day, right? Look at that growth curve, people.
we're starting to accelerate a little faster here.
I like it. I like it.
And if you look at the all-time, yeah, this was an old Robinhood account I opened back in like 2018. I didn't really like the platform to begin with, and it was difficult to trade, and I like screwed around, lost 500 bucks, and just kind of left it for dead for a long time. Got some referrals and kept those stocks in there. But then I was looking at doing this wheel strategy and this triple income thing. I was calling my version the turbo wheel, and I was looking at moving a bunch of options contracts pretty often, weekly, and I didn't want to pay a bunch of commission on that. So I put it at Robinhood because Robinhood's got no commission fees. If you do limit orders, you get the price you want. Everybody's like, "Oh, it gets bad fills." If you do limit orders, you get filled at the price you want to get filled at. Um, so I was playing by my rules. Like I was picking the prices, and I was getting filled, and I'm not paying commissions. And then I hit a nice trade on Rocket Lab. What's that big jump? That was Rocket Lab. We've talked about that on the show quite a bit. I actually did it on the show here. And then when I caught that, I had a couple months of where I just kind of eased back. Every time I've made a big profit in my life, I've always turned around and been sloppy and lost it. So my knee-jerk reaction was to ease back. And that was probably the wrong thing to do because I was still winning. Like I had won, I was still winning, and I've stayed away from Rocket Lab in this account. But after 2 months of just kind of like watching it not really grow very much, I started putting the gas on it. You can see it really clear here. Putting the gas on again, compounding as often as I can, trying to get, and right in here, I started trying to get profit booked in the account every single day, right around the beginning of October. Right in here. That's really where it started really going. So I aggressively try to get profit booked every single day in this account.
Mike asks, will you have to keep trading once you hit 50K a month?
For now, yes. Until I can convert that into 50K of dividends a month. And that's the real goal, the real in-game goal. 50K a month trading, and then turn that into 50K a month dividends.
The lowest tax rate on the planet. Now, I'll just tell you, Mike, I don't have to keep trading. I like it and I want to. No reason not to. I still got grandkids and I like the cash flow. Like Jeffrey mentioned earlier in the programs, the 50,000 a month allows you to do a lot, not just for yourself, but for other people. It takes care of some big medical bills. You can buy a young person a car, tuition, school.
Now,
A lot of good with 50 grand a month.
Jack, I'll be real with everybody right now. Before I became a guru, I became, for those that don't know my story, in March of 2020, anybody remember what happened March of 2020? COVID, right? Big COVID flash crash thing. I made like 1.4 million for me and my family. But, with an asterisk out here, all of this money, except for a few thousand of it, all of this money was in retirement accounts. My mom's retirement account, my dad's retirement account, my wife's retirement account, my retirement account.
So it's untouchable.
Yeah, it was all untouchable. So at that time, I was making, my family business job, paid a W-2. I made less than 40K a year. Now I had other benefits like a company vehicle and things like that, but under 40K a year is what I was taking home with 3 kids and a wife. That's kind of rough, right? I understand. Like this has been pretty much my whole adult life. Low take home pay. Why? Because I was, I'm lucky enough to be in a family business and things like that. And we don't like to pay tax. So, we did things to reduce the amount of tax that everybody paid. Put all the money into retirement accounts, trade in retirement accounts, and you make enough cash money on your W-2 to get by. Now, I lived that way for a long time. And March 2020, I made 1.4 million, but it was all in retirement accounts. So it didn't really change my life at all. And, Jack, I probably haven't told you this story at all. You can stop me if I have. But coming along, my friend Rob Booker, he saw me do that. And later on that year, I think it was October of 2020, he flew me down to help him do a promo and hang out with him in Miami. And he kind of had a quick conversation with me if I was actually trading rules-based systems and I thought I could teach other people and I'd be interested in that. And I said, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So the team here, he talked to, the publisher here he was working with at the time, and they agreed to bring me on as kind of like Rob's sidekick. And we launched my first thing March of 2021. And this year makes 5 years of me doing this. So we launched something called Echo Trades that year. And that was kind of like life-changing. But at the same time, make a bunch of money doing that, selling something. It was super popular, but I went from no following to like 2 or 3,000 people following me pretty much overnight. And guess what? I didn't know how to make content. I didn't know how to do shows like this. I didn't know how to do. This was totally different than running a family business where you do engineering. People weren't exactly happy, and I went through this like exponential rise and then a nose plant. And guess what? When you go from making less than 40K a year to getting a nice little chunk of money, you got to pay back all the other things like Obamacare. And I had to pay back 2 years of Obamacare, which was like almost $30,000. I didn't even make that kind of money yearly up until that point. So coming out of the bottom is very difficult. I understand it more than most people might even believe. So these kind of numbers right here are, while it may seem unbelievable to you, I guarantee you it's more unbelievable to me and my family. And if I can get to the point, if and when, more importantly, when I get to 50K a month, that's more than I ever used to make in a year. I fully understand that seems like a ridiculous number to a lot of people. It seems unbelievable, unsustainable, not doable. But I guarantee you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how I do it.
It's doable. I mean,
I know it's doable because I wouldn't be doing this challenge if it wasn't. And I've taken, when we first started this number was like 1,000. When we first started this show back last summer, when I was only a couple months into this challenge.
It's changed everything for me. Your challenge has. I took it on as my own challenge, and it's been one of the best things I've ever done in my life, investment wise.
Yeah. And Jack's not fluffing you here either. We had this conversation off camera, off everything when we were in Florida last month. Yeah. He was like, dude, like when you started talking about that 50K challenge, it just like these light bulbs just started going off in my mind. Like, oh my gosh. It
just set off I can't even begin to tell you what it set off. It just sometimes you get a little frustrated too with the way things are going and you want to try to make some money doing something else. And this was a huge change for me. But, I'm doing exactly the challenge, just a little bit different than you. And just messing around with it, I hit 25 and last month I hit 27 and this month I'll probably hit the goal. But it is doable. Anybody can do this. Anybody can start right where you are and uh, and just work it slow and easy and steady, and you can do it. There's nothing that generates cash flow like this. Nothing. My brother-in-law's got all kind of property. It still doesn't bring in 50 grand a month in rental. Net clean, triple net lease rental income. He's not making 50 grand a month rent. You could do this. It's very simple.
And look, this is a whole bunch of my accounts. This is on the PXO software. I have IRA accounts in here. I have the Robinhood account in here. I have a taxable Tasty Trade account in here. I have another IRA in here. So I'm stacked up with some IRAs and some stuff. And I started keeping track of this at the time. This was one of the key tools I bought to do this was this PXO software. If you've not seen this before, it keeps track of the wheel, which is the base of the triple income system, and it can keep track of other trades. You can put every trade in here. And so here's the beginning. I made 687 bucks that month. The next month, 4,700 bucks.
That's awesome. I love that. That $4,000 right there. 600 bucks, couple car payments. I mean, it's all good money, right? All of it. Now when you got a comma in it, look out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have 5,000 here in June. The Rocket Lab trade hit there in July, 16,000. I was like, whoa, that was a big, and the Rocket Lab trade was in a couple different accounts. So it was, the 50K account has about 12 grand of that. I made a couple more grand in another account, and across everything I was doing 16 grand that month. Let the pedal off, right? Back down to 2 grand in August. And this is what I'm talking about. It's more evident here than it is anywhere else. I let the gas off across all my accounts right there because I didn't want to take that big loss. Like I was trained like take a big win, take a big loss. Make bad decisions. And then September I did a little better, $4,000, but I was like, what the fudge are you doing, man? I looked at this chart right here. I was like, what are you even doing? So October got back on it a little bit, $9,000. November, yeah, about the same as October. About just 8.6 grand. But then December really started putting my foot on that. Really took it to heart trying to make that daily income. 16.7 thousand. That beat that July right there. I did catch a Dollar Tree trade. Jack thought it was absolutely wild that I could catch that.
I can't believe some of the needles in the haystacks that you find. I'll tell you, nobody finds them like you.
Coming into this year, I really doubled down on the daily income thing. 18,000 in January. Look how this is compounding.
Love it.
February, 23, almost 24,000.
Now you're talking. Now you're cooking with peanut oil.
And so far this month, think about it, we're halfway through the month. 16.6 across all these accounts.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. So you see that gray bar above the light blue? Like that's gonna hit up there. Yeah.
And that's
I love it. I love what you're doing, man. You're consistent, you're non-emotional, you're disciplined, you have a system that works and you're working the system. This is everything everybody should aspire to have in their account, these kind of results. And you can do it. Everybody out here has the talent and ability to do this. It's not that hard what we're doing.
$127,000 of profit. Just booking profit. Just really focusing on getting profit booked every day. $127,733 so far. I'm proud of these numbers. I'm not sitting here trying to brag. I'm like, this is me making it happen.
Yeah.
Right here. Now, across all these accounts, this bar may hit 50K by July. Like this monthly income may hit 50K by July. For just the 50K challenge account, it might be November, December. If I can keep the compounding going daily.
Yeah, you should be proud. I'm proud of you too, man. You've done a great job.
I see I've ramped up the options trades here too. Like this, how many trades have I done? Been ramping it up. Last month I did 179. So far this month I've done 130.
So
just halfway through.
About the federal income tax. It's going to be, so Jan, if you had a $600,000 year, you figure you're going to at least cough up 37. It's all ordinary income. Premium income on options trades is considered ordinary income, so it'll be about 37% of that.
But I have an asterisk on that, Jack.
Yeah.
These things I'm trading daily.
Yes.
Are IRS section.
Here we go. This is why he spends his nights reading the tax code, because he won't owe this as ordinary income like I will. All of my, if I hit 600,000, which I will, it'll all be ordinary income. But the way he's doing it, the tax advantaged ETF, right? What is the tax on that? 20%?
So this is 60% of this $800 I made on NASDAQ on Friday. Right, 60% of it counts as long-term gains, even though I only held this position for 2 hours.
So cool.
60% long-term gains.
So that drops it down, the tax rate way down.
40% counts as short-term gains. So you take the 80 or take the $800, 800 times 0.6, $480 of it counts as long-term gains. And the long-term gain tax rate
is lower, 20% for you, right?
Yeah, something like that. And then the other, what was it? Other $320 counts as short-term gains and counts as the regular tax rate. But that short-term gains, like that long-term gain is reducing your total income at the regular income rate. So I'm actually pushing myself into a lower tax bracket too.
Cool.
By offsetting. So it's a whole, like I have a whole strategy going here. It's not just simple making trades every day. Like this is a very calculated thing I've worked years to put together. This is not just, oh, I came up with this idea yesterday and started doing it. So, but I'm sitting here showing everybody, and I explain this stuff to my VIP insider group, my Termite Trading Lab group. And if anybody wants to be a part of that, I'll drop the link in the chat right here.
Which I think everybody should be if you want to do what he's doing.
Right there.
Yeah, if you file and trade under an LLC, it can help and it can hurt.
So there's some caveats to trading as an LLC. If you're not good at what you do, you're just opening yourself up for more problems. If you're good at what you can do and you can consistently make income, you probably want to be an S Corp LLC.
Yeah, definitely. So Naz for Viper asks, how would you go from 50K in premium income to 50K in dividends?
So I start buying stuff like JEPQ, buy stuff like PAAA, buy stuff like JAAA, buy bills, buy SGov, T-bill, and various other things that produce reliable income.
No
JE,
stocks?
I mean, I might diversify out the stocks, but I want stuff that's gonna hold in here and be reliable and not something, if I'm gonna count on it for income and not sweat it and not worry about it, not worry about market downtrends and having oh my gosh, the market looks like it's topping out, I need to go sell stuff. Well, these things that just keep going, you don't have to worry about. 5.2%. We've never had a AAA rated collateralized bond ever default in this country.
Well, what if you could get 3% dividend and 7% capital gain on the stock price? Wouldn't you want to move into something?
Well, I mean, there'd be an allocation, right? Like this, I'm sitting here talking about spreading the money out. So this will be a thing where I have to accumulate this stuff over time. It's not going to just show up. If when I'm taking and making 1% a day, 1% a day right now is what I'm basically making and compounding with 250 days a year, 250 trading days, 250, 252, whatever, however you want to do it. I round off to 250. 1% a day. Most people think that equates to 250% annualized rate of return, but no. If you're compounding daily, it actually works out to 1,100% right there. Now, something paying 5%, that's a big gap, right? So it's going to take a lot more money at 5% than it does at 1,100% to get 50K a month. That's why when I hit 50K, that's not the end of the story at all. Like I'm going to have to keep going.
No reason you would want to stop. It's not a lot of work. You could do this like I do, half a day.
Now I do have a goal, a personal goal. I've had this for a long time. If I can get into 30 to 40 million zone, I probably quit and go do something else, go fishing all day.
That's a good zone.
Now, why? Why does that come into the play? Years ago, I went deep sea fishing with a guy who had retired from Wall Street, and he had made $30 million on a trade, bought himself a house on the beach, and was just living off the dividends on that 30 million and enjoyed life, just going fishing whenever he wanted to. He'd leave from his beach house there just south of Charleston, South Carolina, and cruise down to Mexico and fishing tournaments and then come back. And that sounds fun as crap to me. So
yeah, you'll do it. I have no idea you'll hit the 30 mil range. None.
Somewhere in that zone is probably when I'll quit and go do something else.
No, you'll hit it.
Now, right now, how much am I trading with? About 400,000 is what I have between my retirement accounts and the taxable accounts. And part of that's borrowed money. I have to pay it back. All right.
Cash flow to do it.
So there you go, everybody. That's how I got to where I am. That's the story of the 50K challenge. So
Yeah. Anybody else going to take up the challenge and just try to challenge themselves to make a 500 a month, 5,000 a month consistency? Yep.
it's tough to be consistent. Like several of the traders around me, I'm like, just make $1 in a week. Make $1 sometime this week and keep it by Friday.
Now, I got to say, it'd be super hard to do that on a directional trade. You'd be taking a lot of risk, but you can make $1 today. You can see cash hit your account today, guaranteed by selling a cash secured put or a covered call.
Now, if you can do that 1 week, you're probably better than 60% of the traders out there.
How you like that?
Now, if
Make
you can
it-
do that consistently, make $1 each week and
Keep-
do that all month long and keep it and have $4.50 at the end of the month, $4.50 at the end of the month, made $1 every week, kept it at the end of the month, you're doing better than 95% of traders. Think about that. Just being profitable each week of the month, all month long.
Yep. Just selling cash secured put, get the stock, sell the calls.
So that's crazy. Where do I get 1% a day? It's all shown right there on the Canfo right there. All the trades right here. Dun, 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 dun. So if you could just be profitable for a month, even if it's just making $1 a week, you're doing better than 95% of the traders. It's not about dollar size. It's just about being profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see, look at this right here. We jump in here and we look at the month. There's thousands of traders on this. If we just look at the month, yeah, there's some people in here with big amounts. Even I'm on the leaderboard with big amounts. But quickly, not so far down in here, we go to zero. Right down in here. We're already in the $500.
That's where most people live, right there, down there.
This is going to give me some errors. I scrolled too fast. Yeah. So right down in here, somewhere around 300, this goes negative. It blows my mind. Only 300 people out of thousands of traders are actually profitable for a month.
What most traders lose by taking a directional trade, I see the question here, that would be buying a call, which is the highest probability of loss. Or buying a put also has a high probability of loss, and buying a stock has a lot of risk. When you're on the buy side, you're spending money to make money. That's a tough proposition. When you're on the sell side, you're getting paid to take every trade. You're getting
Well,
paid.
Well, look at this. Coming in here 7 days. If I was going to be on the put or the call side, either one, the market's pricing in 470, $4.75, 77, $4.80 move up or down. That's what the market makers are pricing in here right now. For the next 7 days, they expect $4.80 up or down. And they're pricing these at the money options so that the majority of that move doesn't make any trader money. Right there. And Jack, you were a market maker. I mean,
They don't want anybody for
this is
themselves.
exactly right.
You want to take risk, you buy one of these calls or puts and pay an outrageous price. They don't want any of that risk. They'll sell it to you and then they'll have to cover. So they're giving themselves room to cover. See, if they sell it to you at 251 and they can buy it back at 240. Oh, look, they just pushed the ask up without raising the bid. Oh, they did it again. 254. Smart moving right there. So he's got a buyer. Look at that. Now, normally, if you sold it at 252, you'd raise the bid to 239 and keep the game going. But they just sold it at 252, 253, and now they're up offering it 254 without raising the bid. So they got a seller in there somewhere. But that's the game all day long. Take no risk.
Yeah, they're just hanging out right here in the bid ask spread. They're not even trying to. Everybody talks about market makers trying to push the price around. They don't care. They want price to stay still and just churn.
Now, how many shares, all of you, would you sell at 254 if you knew you could buy them all back at 239? How many? Or if you bought them at 239 and you could sell them at 254, that's the opposite trade, right? But if you could still do that all day long, wouldn't you just do that all day? Hundreds of thousands of shares, you're selling them at 254, buying them at 239, or buying them at 239, selling them at 254 all day.
Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, keep the spread.
Yeah.
That's what the market makers do. They don't
Yep.
they don't push price around.
Oh, they
They,
push it, they push you into the more risk. Look how they raised the price on this to 256. Now he nibbled up the bid to cover what he sold at 255 before he raised it up to 256. Now he goes 262. Watch, the bid's going to go 249. That's the
just keep
game right there.
inching it up, inching it up. And so, I take advantage of stuff like this by selling these options, getting some downside buffer, and pocketing the money.
It's the
And do
smart trade because if you think about this, and this is something everybody should write down. This is one of the most mind-blowing statistics out there, right? So if you buy at puts or calls, let's say you lose 92% of the time. I've seen stats that say 95, even higher. But let's just say options are a zero-sum game. That's a fact. Let's say every option buyer loses 100% of his money 92% of the time. Well, if options are a zero-sum game, that means that all the options buyers that are losing, somebody's winning. The option seller has a built-in 92% advantage on every trade. That's built into the trade. So that's where the money resides. Now, we're shooting for 40% a year, where you look at a lot of guys that are trading, they wouldn't do a trade for 1 or 2 or 3% per month. But these high probability trades where we're starting off on the sell side with even more probability, that's how you can stack the money up. Taking wild, crazy shots trying to buy calls, that's just going to eat you up.
So plan directionally, risky. You got to have a big move. Like right now, to make any money, if you bought this right here, if you were to buy one of these, $225, you got to have a $2.25 move up
Or
just to
more.
just to be break even at the end of the expiration. Now,
Yep.
if we got a fast pop up, could you make money? Yeah, if you go ahead and sell it. A lot of traders don't sell and book the profit. It's proven over and over. You'll sit there and I want more. What if it keeps going? I'm going to miss out. Right? And you get caught in this, and then it jumps back down $2, and then you just lost all your gain and the time decay, and now you're in a net loser. You just let a winner go to a loser. Psychologically, it's even Jack has a hard time selling it when they pop up.
Or seeing it pop up and I'm going to get called out way below the market
Yeah.
price.
I guess it's a psychological game. We all fall
That's all.
victim to it. We all fall victim to it.
I laugh at it though at the end of the day. Susan says, my husband freaked out when he saw 90,000 on hold for puts in one account, but he gets it now. Yeah, that's cool, Susan, is not using margin, right? These are cash secured puts. So 90,000, whatever it takes, on hold. I like how she says that. That's to secure it on hold in case the stock gets assigned to her. But she's made money on that, right? You've got 90 grand on hold and all kind of premium come in on that. That's awesome. And he gets it now. Way to go, Susan.
So anyway, did I miss any questions to me?
So, let's see. No, how much did you start with? You said that. Beer money trade, you post that every day. What
So the
else?
beer money trades are every day. Like you could how many am I doing? If I'm doing 2 accounts or 3 accounts, you can, count those trades each account.
Yeah,
So
you're an inspiration. Bill from St. Louis says, yeah, definitely an inspiration. You've even inspired me. Like I got to tell everybody, when they teamed us up on this show last summer, I was not doing this. I was doing a version of this, but it was nowhere near as profitable as what I'm doing now. Now I'm doing it every day. Before I was doing it, once a week, once a month. But this has really been amazing.
yeah, we talked through it too. You were like, well, I like to just go out and enjoy the beach. And then I showed you after a couple weeks, you saw the actual money that comes in weekly. And I was comparing it. Now it's not universal. Like it's not a one-stop shop fits all. Every ticker is better weekly either. There's a chart that you can turn on TradingView right down here. You got to turn on the data panel right down here. And then you click these 3 dots, you turn on the options right here on TradingView. Why TradingView? It's free. You can go use this for free. Right here. Roll down, roll down, roll down. It shows you this IV curve. Now for Robinhood, you get paid the most money 1 week out. Jack was playing 1 month out. And this is why he got convinced really quickly.
Yeah, I
Look
did
what's
it.
paying the least on
Yeah,
Robinhood.
yeah. I didn't see this, and also my leisurely trading style. I could care less which one paid the most because I was only going to do the monthly. But now I'm back in the game and I'm loving what I'm doing and I'm going for the most efficient way to trade, following my man Jeffrey, which I recommend everybody do. Just
Ah,
think about it. I've been doing this for 40 years and I didn't think of this. You thought this up and now I'm doing it. So that just credentializes what you're doing. I mean, I couldn't recommend anybody more strongly than you. For everybody out here, I don't know if you know me or not. I've been around a long time, 40 years, and this is the only guy you need to follow.
oh, Jack. Yeah, people ought to follow you too, man.
Don't follow me. Just
They ought to come just hang out with our show here
yeah.
because we're gonna be partnered up probably till both of us quit.
Well, there won't be any reason to. Even when you make millions, you'll find out that you still want to work. This is where
Ah,
work. The thrill I get from helping people is awesome.
I
And
love doing this stuff. I love doing it. I mean, I joke about it. I might not sell stuff as much or whatever,
yeah,
but I'll
but I
probably still come and talk about this stuff because I love it. Like I
love
actually, I sit here. You joke about me being the professor and studying all this stuff, but I love figuring out ways to just exploit money out of the markets
well,
and take
that,
advantage of the
that's
tax
why I
code.
think
And
I got the best deal out of this show, Team Up, because yeah, you're probably not getting anything from me. I'm not doing bots and AI or print sheets every day, but I'm a big winner in this deal. I'll tell you, I'm thankful.
you know,
It's everything I'm doing.
your stories and your market experience just helps me do my stuff better. That's why I ask you. I ask you these little questions that seem like they're nothing to you, but they're actually going into the wheel here, turning, and
Uh-oh,
you know, making things better for everybody. So,
cool.
these little questions I ask about how price action works and stuff like that. It's all like market makers may be faster and more digital these days, but it's still the same game.
Still the same game. Yeah, it definitely is. It's not on the phone, it's on the screen. You used to have to call and talk to another market maker, if you could believe that. Call with direct lines, but yeah, it was all by phone and talking. Yeah.
And
I was
just to show everybody that these charts look different. Here's one for Bank of America. All right. The further out you go, the less you get paid.
Now that's not the way it should be, though, folks. The general conception is the longer out in time, since you're got more time value that you're selling, you would get more for the option. And that may be the case, dollar amount, but it's not percentage yield amount, as this is showing us.
A Rocket Lab here.
This thing, man. I love this thing.
Look at that. If you play the weekly, giant money.
Look at that chart too. I love this thing. This has got naked put written all over it. I love it. I'm gonna do more Rocket Lab and Hood when the show is over.
ASTS, another one
Oh,
of your favorites.
loving this thing.
Look, totally different IV term structure.
This is just telling you, if you put it all together, all the data and criteria we're giving you, it's telling you to do them weekly.
Now, Levi, look at this. The monthly is better. You're not getting paid for the week or even 2 weeks. The monthly is where you're getting paid.
That's just so strange how it's calculated. And look, the volatility out to a year is the least. It's your least paying trade. And you're selling the most time. That should be a higher payout, but data says it isn't. So you got to need a data-driven strategy. This is it.
Think about all the risk you're buying by going out a year.
Oh,
You know, there all sorts of things could happen to Levi's in a year, but it has the least amount of premium priced in. That just blows my mind a little bit.
well, it's all tools these days, and this trading view is a tool. And Blake has another tool we're going to show him here. Oh, look at a gap. Yeah, gap.
Look at that one. 6 months out or 1 week out. In between, don't play.
I got a really cool trade coming up today and tomorrow, and the tool that I use to basically do the trade for me. I place the orders, but this tool does everything else. Cash flow, baby, is what it is. In fact, it's called the cash flow agent.
I was going to say, is this the cash flow agent?
This is the cash flow agent, guys. And for those of you that haven't started using, it's Jack in the Box. And for those of you that haven't started using it, when you look at it, you're going to be like, because it's going to make you wonder. Because everybody here always asks, they're like, "What, Jack? What are your stocks? What do you do?" Like I see them in the chat, Jack. I don't know if you've seen, but they're always asking about your trades and your stocks and your ideas and stuff. And it's like, we have it.
And your expiration. That's the two things. And I love that cushion, as you saw here. How much out of the money can you go, as Jeffrey showed us? That double-digit amount. That's a good. I want to use the word safe. Most stocks don't fall double digits in a few days. So I like that cushion, and this tool just does everything for me. And the main thing it does, it's a don't make me think tool, right? You ask, tells you, you don't have to calculate or think or do any math or pull up any calculators. So let's show them this tool and why they should be using it.
I've seen it before, and I'm always excited to see it again.
Well, so Jeffrey will be watching, guys. So here we go. We're going to start this off. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Tell you that we develop tools and strategies to the best of our ability, but no one can guarantee the future. There's always a risk of loss when trading, and past performance is not indicative of future results. All gains cited are from a related service that uses the cash flow agent as a tool from 1/1/21 through 11/12/25. The average return per options trade alert published in real time, winners and losers, 2.81% in 3 days with a 95.9% win rate. The strategy is designed to shoot for payouts around 10% on each trade, with the goal to have a high win rate in about a week. And what you'll see today are some of the best examples from the last few months, and every example today is based on a $10,000 starting stake unless otherwise stated. But you don't need that much to get started. Most of the trades can be taken for as little as $250. Trade at your own risk, and see our terms on the Prosperity Pub homepage for more information. Now, let's be real. In trading, there will be losers. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically, and the whole purpose of our research and work with traders is to help give you an edge in the markets. And if you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur again in the future. Hi, everybody. Jack Carter here. Thank you for being here with me today. I got to show you something so cool. Now, last summer, if you remember, I went live with my Income for Life project, and it was a nationwide initiative to show everyday folks how to target an extra 500 or more every week, no matter what, from the stock market. And I'm humbled to report that it completely transformed investing for some of my top students like Stephen T. Says he just made 880. Love it. Michael made 1,000 on NVIDIA in a week. Richard made 1,900.